Are you looking for a moped style e-bike that looks, guys, I think this bike looks amazing. Well, this is the SEGWAY Xyber. And in this video, we're going to give a first look and we're going to go over some of the features that it has. So let's get into it. This is the single battery version of this bike. They do have a version where you can put two batteries in. I tried to get that version, but the only thing they had was a single battery version right now. And then the second battery is on back order, but I should have that here towards the end of the month. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a first look at it today, and then I'm going to end up doing a full review on it where we run it through all of my testing. And then when the second battery comes in and we get it installed, then we'll be doing the whole thing again to see what the difference is in performance between the two. It has a direct drive motor that currently with the single battery version, you get 3,000 watts of power and 120 Newton meters of torque. But if we add the second battery, we'll be able to get 6,000 watts of power and 175 Newton meters of torque. It is a single drive, so there is only one gear. The Xyber has 4 piston brakes and 220 millimeter rotors. You have these massive 20 by 5 inch multi-surface tires and this dual crown fork that has 110 millimeters of travel. My version came stock with this extended back piece right here and this full fender, which can be removed. The Xyber also has a rear shock that is adjustable and has 100 millimeters of travel. We just set mine up to the highest setting, so today's ride, we'll be checking that out to see how that feels. There are 2 different versions of bags that you can purchase with this bike. This is the soft shell version. The hard shell version was sold out, so I went ahead and put this in here so I can put some things in there. But this is something that you purchase separately. I am a fan of these side fenders. I think they look really cool, but you can remove them if you don't want them on there, giving this bike a totally different look. The fender on this side of this bike can be opened up so that you can give you access to the battery. This battery is a 48 volt, 30 amp hours with 1,440 watt hours of power. It is a big bad boy right there. This locks in your charger to the bike, so that's why it's giving it power. It does have a second charging port right here and a big 10 amp charger. Right here is where your second battery is going to go, and here in a month we'll go ahead and put that in there, and that way you'll get a chance to look at it. It does have a locking port right here to keep your battery secure, and this tie down makes sure that it doesn't move. This is your cockpit area right here. On your right hand side you have a full twist throttle. This is how you turn the bike on and off. This is going to switch it in between gears, walking mode, and cruise control. And on this side, you have 12 different levels of pedal assist, and it also controls different functions of the app and of the bike. It does come with a bell and a horn. And then you have your headlight controls. Today is St. Patrick's Day, and this past weekend, Chicago turned the Chicago River green. We're going to head down there, kind of give you guys an idea of what that looks like, and then we'll go over some of the other features. When it comes to the Xyber, it has 3 different boost modes and then 12 different pedal assist levels in each one of them. Now, right now we have it in eco mode. We have the pedal assist levels all the way up. We're pedaling, and the top speed of this bike will only go 25 miles an hour. Now, when you have it in eco mode, this bike does not just launch forward. It goes very smooth. I mean, overall, this bike is extremely smooth. And it's also very quiet. See, I'm getting passed by a Hemingway right here. He's got his in class 3 mode, but right now we're only doing 20 miles an hour. Now, if I wanted to, I could put it into sport and he and I would have a totally different experience. I have just put the bike into sport mode, and as you can see, well, the Hemingway is not going to be able to keep up. In sport mode, we are tapping out at 30 miles an hour. Once we took off, you can definitely feel a difference on the power delivery. It is smooth, but it's a lot faster. Now I'm going to put it into race mode, and from there, we're going to shoot from 0 to 20 really quickly. You ready? Throttle only from the takeoff?
Okay.
All right. Oh, this guy screwed us. Oh, we got screwed. People are just in the way. I just got passed by the Hemingway. He's got more balls than I have. but it's not gonna matter. Later, homie. I like him. He was spunky. When you have it in race mode, the top speed is 33 miles an hour. You don't really get that much difference between, I mean, it takes off a lot quicker than it does in sport, but it will not, it's not going to go, that much faster until we put the dual battery version on, and then it's going to shoot up to 35 miles an hour. When you have it in eco mode, this is the best way to have it whenever you are around people or if you are on bike trails. It only makes sense. Let's take a look and see how the river is. Yeah, it's still green. Well, it is another super windy day here in Chicago. I can tell because my camera is shaking. I'm probably shaking on film, but it is still a nice day out here. Now, this is my first long ride on the SEGWAY Xyber, and I'm really enjoying it. But I have to tell you that you're not going to pedal this bike, really. I mean, it's not made to be pedaled. It has that single drive. It has a super tiny chain ring. So because of that, anything over 10 miles an hour, you'll be ghost pedaling. So what I've been doing is I've just been throttling this thing around the city. I will also ghost pedal. I'll also move my legs because as I'm coming up to people, I don't want them to think that I'm on a motorcycle. This is not a motorcycle. I mean, it's not a motorcycle. Might be like a moped. It's definitely an e-moto, but I can pedal it. So because of that, I'll get my legs moving as I pass people. Nobody seems to be getting mad. As long as you're not a jerk, just don't be a jerk and you will be fine on this bike. It also has these 12 different levels of pedal assist, which I just keep it in the top mode. It has a really nice app feature to where you can navigate and the navigation will show up on the screen, or it'll control your music from the screen as well. So that's with the controls. So that's super nice. And I'll go over that all in the full review. I just wanted to show you guys this bike and actually take it out on its first long ride. So if you are interested in a SEGWAY Xyber, well, I'm going to leave a link down in the description below. SEGWAY doesn't even know I exist. So I ended up purchasing this bike on my own. And if you're wondering how much this costs, this bike costs $29.99 with the single battery version. And then the second battery is another $7.99. Now, if you want to go ahead and see what this bike's going to be like once I run it through my full review, well, go ahead. Maybe you should subscribe or maybe hit that ding bell or button or whatever that thing is. It notifies you whenever I have a new video out, because at some point this month, it's going to be this bike. So go ahead and just click that so that you can definitely not miss the full review on the SEGWAY Xyber. Now, if you are not interested in the SEGWAY Xyber, that is totally fine. You know what? YouTube knows what you like to watch. And because of that, it's going to throw up your next video right here. See, YouTube thinks that you should watch that next. But I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video. And until I see you again, enjoy the ride.